Hello guys, it's Toby here, the Ecom Business Coach. In this video, I'm going to show you what you need to put on your home page to maximize your conversion on your e-commerce store. I'll go through why it's important, how to set it up. I'll show you a wireframe, what that should look like, and then I'll show you a real example from one of my clients. So strap in and let's get started. Right, let's get into why it's important to get your homepage right. Obviously, that sounds pretty obvious. Of course, I should have my homepage right on my e-commerce store, Toby. Otherwise, what's the bloody point? No one's going to buy anything. And that's true. You do need some good content on your homepage. It's probably not as important as what you think. Doesn't mean you can't watch this video or should watch this video. You definitely should. But the reason I say that though is because a lot of traffic doesn't necessarily come through your homepage. It will go to product pages first. If you do shopping campaigns or even PMAX campaigns on Google or even on campaigns on Meta, often you'll send them to a product page. But it doesn't mean they won't come back to your homepage as well. And obviously a lot of people still do come through your homepage too. Now, if you use the example or compare your e-commerce store to a bricks and mortar store, the homepage is your window display. It's the thing that people walk past the front of and decide whether to come in or not. That's why it's really important. And a mistake I see too many e-commerce owners make is that they don't put anything on there apart from a few products. It's just product, 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 product. When in reality, we need more information on that. Than that, we need to set up what your store is, what it's about, what your niche is, why you're different, what's your value proposition, and also then what categories and products you do have. So then we can get people to where they can shop as quickly as possible. So bear in mind, it's important, probably not as important as you think it is, but it's still very important to get your homepage right and not to just do products. But let's go through, I'll show you now a wireframe of what you should include, and then I'll show you a real example after that. Lucky you get to enjoy some of my dodgy drawing. This is what we call wireframes. This is often something we use to help when we're planning a website, so we can give it to the web designer so they know exactly what we want. It's basically boxes of what should be included on the homepage, and I did this for a client last week or the week before. Now, the key things you need to think about, the first thing you need to think about is what we call above the fold and what content needs to be above the fold. So above the fold is a term that comes from newspapers. Newspapers, when they used to sell newspapers, they still sell some, I think, but when they were folded in half in the newsstand, anything above that fold was what people saw when they walked past, so they always made sure they had a headline that attracted people in. That's why they have so many dodgy headlines on newspapers. On websites, it's the same, but it's when you land on the page, on your mobile, or on your computer, whatever appears there is what we call above the fold. And you want enough information there to suck people in and to reduce your bounce rate. People tend to bounce off your site after about 4 seconds. That's usually because they think they're in the wrong place. So we want to give them as much information as we can to show they are in the right place and a pathway to get to where they want to get to. So the key things you need above the fold on your homepage is first a search, big search area. So people just type in what they want straight away if they want. Underneath that, those larger buttons, they are your product categories or collections, whatever terminology you use. You want that there, so someone go, oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for, and they click on that category. Then you want some intro copy. And all that copy is who you are and what you do. So you're trying to get your point of difference across there. I often see that missing on e-commerce sites and they just have product, 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 product. But at the end of the day, people buy from companies. You want to build the loyalty to your company, not just to your products. So it's important you get your company message in there as well. And that's where we start doing that. Underneath that, then you need the key categories that people can come shop by. Now this could be the key product categories that are above there, or it could be your customer group. So you can group your customers together. Now I like to DJ in my spare time. So I love house music and I think it's a misspent youth, but I enjoy doing that, but I buy a lot of equipment. So I buy equipment from a store called DJ Store and their website's set up really well. On the homepage, you go to the homepage, they've got the categories there. And what they've got is they've got categories for either DJ, music producer, or venue. And then underneath that, they've got the different product types. That means when you land on there, you instantly go, oh, well, that's me. And you click on it, and you're doing it by the use, so your group, your customer groups. It's another great way of dividing your products up. There's a great book that talks about that. I forgot what it's called now. David Meerman Scott. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. New Rules of Marketing and PR. That was it. Yeah. It's a great book if you ever fancy reading that. So he suggests that strategy, and a lot of people have used it, and it's a really good way of doing it. The next thing I often have on the homepage then is what we call a lead funnel. So this is to get somebody to give you their email who aren't ready to buy yet. The average conversion rate from Shopify stores is 3%. That means 97% or 97 out of 100 of your visitors don't do anything. They don't buy or do anything. This strategy here is to try and get some of them to give you their email in exchange for something really useful. That way then we can put them in a flow, which then they get a set of emails which encourages them to take the next step and buy. And also then they go on our standard email list. So whenever we email out, they're there and they might buy then. I'll show you an example of that when we look at the real website, but that's a great strategy to have on your site. Then I would start looking at products. And it might be your best sellers, it might be your latest products, whatever kind of works for your industry. But then I would have some products there, some specific products. Then I would look at, okay, now you want to get more detail on your point of difference. Why should I buy from you? So this is where you're now trying to build loyalty to the company, not just to the products you sell. And this could be things like, okay, fast delivery as well, free shipping, whatever, all those types of things, as well as kind of your products, why they're better quality, or why you're passionate about your niche or your industry. So that's what you want to get across there. Then I would have some social proof, which is testimonials. So when other people are saying you're great, you're amazing, that builds a bit of social proof that, oh yeah, this company's good. So I'd have that in there as well. And then that will be the end of that page. So that's what you need to include on your homepage. Now the easiest way to see this is let me show you a live example. All right, let's look at a real example here. So this client here, they do lingerie for Rubenesque women, so it's large and small. But you can see here, when they come and hit that page, straight away we've got a search functionality front and center in the middle. We've then got the categories, so they can search on the categories, the who we are and what we do. All I would say is that's a bit deep there. I'd probably want it a bit shorter. It's looking like that a bit because it's on the iPad. We've then got shop by body types. This is another way of dividing up their stuff. And obviously they're targeting larger women as well as petite women. So it makes sense for them to divide their products up by body type. So someone can go and do that straight away. They've also got another collections way of doing it there. So that's the different collections they can search by. So they're very easy to find where they're going. We've got then a lead funnel for them, a lead flow for them, which is a guide. Their guide is on how to choose the right bra size. So it's extremely useful information that people are prepared to give their email address to get. So that's why that's really good. It's a really good example. Latest products. Then we've got more products. Then we've got, okay, the why choose us. So this is our point of difference. So we've got that on the page too. And then what we've got here, then we've got the brands as well, bit of credibility for the brands, bit more information about the business and the footer. So that's a good example of a well-structured homepage. So that shows you what you need to do on your homepage. Well, I hope you found that useful for giving some structure onto your homepage. If you'd like some help adjusting your homepage, then there will be a link in the description below to book in a call and have a chat with me. I work one-on-one with e-commerce business owners to help them grow and develop. And if you do want some more training like this, check out my other videos, like this video, and subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. Any questions, you can always write a comment below as well. I will review that. But good luck with it, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.